Computerized. Sorry, man.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to the Movie of the Week, episode 110. That's a pretty big number in my opinion. I'm pretty happy with that. So very proud of that number. But welcome, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry we're running a little late tonight. Technical difficulties. It is what it is. Sometimes you can't help that. So, but thank you guys for hanging out with us on Horror Hangout, Shop 31, all that jazz. Oh, man. I just want to take the minute to thank Corey Feldman for my monetized TikTok platform. Thank you for that, sir. Also, I want to congratulate the Houston Astros. And I do want to ask why we were forced to watch a movie based in Philadelphia this week.
I noticed that too.
I take that like a personal jab.
I honestly was surprised when that came up too. I was like, "Oh shit, I don't remember that at all."
So yeah, hey, I will say this, man. I am a good sport enough to think that I didn't hear enough crazy crap about Philadelphia to feel the way I do about the Yankees with those guys. So good, serious fellas, man. I hope Bryce Harper gets a ring before he retires. I think he's a great player, and I'm not that big of a piece of crap. If you were a Yankee, I'd hate you, but you're not, so you're cool. Yeah, man, Houston Astros back in the winner's circle, so everybody else can kiss my balls. I don't care. You don't like the Astros? Fuck out of here. Yeah, we watched a movie called Blowout, based in Philadelphia. John Travolta, John Lithgow, and what's her name?
Nancy Allen.
Nancy Allen from RoboCop fame. Excuse me. Like a noir kind of dude. Let's just talk about this movie, man. It's from 1981. It's about like a Foley artist, sound technician type guy, going out and getting sounds, and he hears a noise. He's a car wreck and is trying to figure out what happened in the car wreck because he sees that they're saying it was this when it was most certainly this. And right. It's that. So major spoilers ahead, folks, just letting you know. But yeah, this movie was I had seen it one time before, I think. I owned it on 2 formats, oddly enough, which is kind of crazy. I have a DVD and a VHS tape of this movie. I did not know that. So,
oh yeah, I've seen the VHS tape in your shop before.
I have more than one because I have one there too.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've got one here of all things. But yeah, I didn't realize how much I liked the movie. I'd forgotten that I liked it that much to have like an actual like old school copy because I thought it was cool. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, man, I'm gonna place the other VHS tape in a more prominent space in the store. I think people need to watch this movie, man.
It's kind of a sleeper. Yeah,
it kind of is, man. I didn't realize it was Brian De Palma. I might have known that when I watched it the first time, but as we mentioned it last week, I had forgotten that it was Brian De Palma. So for anybody's wondering, this is Brian De Palma, John Travolta, Nancy Allen, John Lithgow, in a small part. But yeah, man. Josh, this was your pick, right? Yeah, because you picked out.
Well, it wasn't my original pick.
Yeah, you talk about that first while I blow my fat ass nose, and then we'll get the show started.
So I originally picked what is it? Let the Corpses Tan. And got about 15 minutes into it, and I was like, I don't want to watch this shit.
Dude,
really?
The best part is that I told Josh that I thought it was kind of a pretentious movie, and I said, you know what? It's all right. I'll give it another watch. And that fool texted me. He's like, don't watch it. I'm like, thank you. I felt gratitude, man. I felt gratitude. I was like, thank you.
I just started watching, and I was like, no one is going. Like, I could just tell what it was going to be, and I was like, I'm not going to enjoy this. No one else is going to enjoy it. Let's just if it's not a burden on anyone, let's just switch it because
I'm glad that you figured that out and got it figured out quickly. That was awesome. I'm glad that you reached out and said something because it turned out that we got to watch a movie that I personally think is just, I mean, so much better than that other movie. So,
this was kind of like a last minute pick. I was kind of searching around real quick, like what could I pick? What could I pick? And I just bought the Criterion of this when the sale started. And I was it's on HBO. Let's just do that.
You said Blowout, and I literally was like, yes. I got like super pumped because I knew I wanted to watch it again. I didn't remember how much I liked it, but I knew I wanted to rewatch it because I like old Travolta, dude. Old Travolta. Honestly, I just like Travolta, but like old Travolta specifically. He was a really good actor back then. He has turned himself back into a decent actor, but nothing like he was in his younger. I mean, he was a good actor back then and a great dancer for what that's worth. I don't care about that stuff, but like his dude was like multi-talented. He was very good at what he did.
I had a girlfriend who was crazy about him.
That's awesome.
Every time it was like every time I went to her house, we were watching Urban Cowboy or Pulp Fiction, and I was like, dude, look, I know you like John Travolta. Settle down. And I don't even think she'd ever seen this movie. So it really surprised me with all
Really?
the John Travolta I was exposed to that I've never seen or heard of this movie. And I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
So
It goes really well with the other one. I think it's a Gene Hackman movie where he's the.
Yeah, I was gonna bring it up. Yeah. So
okay, we'll talk about that in a minute.
This is sort of so. There's two movies that sort of inspire this movie. The first one is actually called Blow Up. It's an Italian movie about a photographer who it's like a swinging 60s type of movie.
Okay.
He's a photographer. He's just walking around this park taking pictures randomly, and then he goes back to develop them. And he thinks, and in the picture, it looks like someone's being murdered.
What?
But he can't really tell.
Ooh, is that on a streaming service anywhere?
It might be on HBO.
Ooh, I really want to watch that now. Like legit.
It's a very sort of arty Italian movie. Like it doesn't even get into that plot till like halfway through.
Really?
But once it gets there, like that whole part of the movie is really awesome. But I mean, it's also sort of inspired by that movie. Is sort of inspired by like just like Hitchcock thrillers.
Okay.
But that specifically, I mean, the name Blowout is a riff on Blow Up.
Yeah, that's what it said.
But then
when you said that one, I figured that.
Yeah, but I mean, and then Coppola made a movie called The Conversation, which is
That's
even closer to this one because it's about a sound guy who catches some sound of two people talking, and it sounds like they're planning a murder, and so he's like trying to investigate this stuff, and it starts like driving him crazy. That's a freaking great movie.
That movie is
an
amazing,
movie.
dude. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's so good. It's Gene Hackman is like top 5 favorite actors for me. That's by far the best acting he's ever done.
It's early Coppola? Or?
He directed it between Godfather 1 and 2. So it's like 73.
Dude, it's a really good movie, Chris.
Yeah.
That's like prime Coppola then.
Yes, prime Coppola. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Dude, I'm about to blow a bunch of money and buy all 3 of these right now.
I mean, I don't think you're going to make a bad decision there.
They're all.
I certainly don't feel like it.
They're all good.
Oh, the Conversation is not on Criterion, is it?
No, Conversation is not. It's just like I've got like a standard Blu-ray of it.
Okay, I can get that cheaper used, then I'll do that. But yeah, I want to watch that Blow Up movie. Is that worth me watching? You think? Should I buy? Do you think I would like it?
I'm not sure. Like,
okay,
I think,
no, that's fine. I'll rent it first to see if I like it. It's not worth spending $20 if I'm not going to dig it.
Yeah, because it is sort of a just I don't know. It's
kind
sort
of
slow. It's not giallo, but it actually is sort of an inspiration for giallo movies too.
Okay,
like, you can kind of feel.
I'll rent that one. It's not a must-have right now. I'll rent it first because it's $2.99 on Amazon Prime. So
I think the second half of the movie, when it gets into the thriller elements, you'll like.
Okay,
you'll like it. Just like the first 45 minutes, you might just be like, I don't give a shit about this.
Okay, well, it's okay. I've been trying to get more into some of the slow burn movies. Like, we'll get into another one that y'all watched recently that I am just absolutely shocked. Hey,
what's up?
What's up?
What up?
I gotta say, the way this movie started was amazing. It was like
what were you saying, Josh?
Lingerie party.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you get into it and you don't realize what it is.
No, dude, I was telling Carissa straight up, bro. I was like, I don't remember this many naked people in this movie. And then all of a sudden, it's John Travolta laughing in like a screening room, and I was like, oh, that's right. That's how the movie starts. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I was confused at first. I've never seen it before either, so I was confused.
One thing I feel like that's kind of he's kind of De Palma's kind of poking at because his previous movie was Dressed to Kill.
Dude, I haven't seen that in a long time.
We did it on the show.
That's what I thought. Okay, I felt like we did that one on the show, but I couldn't remember, and I just don't think to go back and check because I could just go check. I have a playlist. And that movie was like notorious. Like it had like scenes cut out of it and stuff because it was too perverse and things like that. That's right. That movie was cool though.
I like it a lot. I remember it.
Yeah, I didn't.
I gotta
care for
rewatch
it so
that one.
much.
Chris did not care for it. I remember that.
Check it out. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I remember the acting being real bad, and
Yeah,
there was just a lot of stuff that I just didn't connect with, and I didn't really care about. So
yeah,
That'll happen.
yeah,
I get it. De Palma he's a very like I used to really not like him. Took me a long time to kind of get into his movies because he is an incredible technician as far as setting up a suspense scene and the camera moves and all of the like the technical aspects are all like immaculate. They're amazing. But he is not like an actor's director. He's not like great at stitching the story together where all of the sequences like necessarily make the most sense all the time. There's some like you can see they're kind of stretching to get to the next.
So he's more like a
yeah. But Hitchcock did that too. Like he's commonly referred to as like the 80s Hitchcock. You know,
really?
like,
you know what? I can kind of see that actually. Now that you're pointing that out, like it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, Dress to Kill is like such a riff off of Psycho. It's like it is almost just like a really like it's like what Hitchcock would have done if he could have gotten away with it at the time. It's just like a way more perverse Psycho. But
I noticed that about the tension building. You know, he had like a lot of tension towards the end of the movie already. And I was like, come on, let's see what's happening. And then they're chasing and doing all this stuff. And I was like, come on. And then it goes into slow motion. And I was like, what? Like, I'm already feeling it. Like, I don't need to go slow.
But why?
But I was like, oh, this must be like he's a kind of a technical guy. I could see that now where he just really is trying to twist the tension as long and hard as he can. Definitely. And man, I felt
it's more like he wants to make the screen look really pretty, but he's not necessarily a storyteller. Like he can paint a really good picture, but he's not good at telling the story necessarily.
I like he's the colors and stuff. Like, yeah, I could feel that. Like the colors and the you know, like I said, the slow motion stuff. You could tell he's a camera guy. Yeah, and then you know the splicing together, like the gadgetry and all that was really cool. It was like a gadget battle.
That's a whole conversation I want to have.
Yeah.
I
got like a super like analog techie boner in this shit. I was like,
oh,
all the equipment in this movie was like sex to me, dude. I was just like, I kept talking about it, like, oh, I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Oh man, and I was like I think now I'm like fully invested in getting a reel to reel at some point. Like I didn't really want that. I have to have one now. And I don't really want to have one, but I think I have to have one. And I'm maybe just going to get like 2 or 3 albums on like a reel-to-reel so I can just play with those, like, you know, have those to listen to on it. I don't want to try to get like a whole collection going or anything like that. But like there's probably like a CCR record I wouldn't mind having on that. I know there's got to be like an AC/DC album on reel-to-reel or something I can listen to that would just sound cool and having that. It just looks so badass. But like all the old analog equipment was so awesome. Like I loved
knobs
it so
and buttons and rollers.
Bro, it was so good, dude. Like that is my shit, dude. I was so into that, man. Like I like the way Chris gets into like modern stuff and computer stuff, and like that's how I feel about this stuff. That's the only way I could think about it. But I was like, man, this is how Chris feels when he's like wanting equipment. Is he wants shit like this? Except
I like all that stuff too.
Yeah, but you're more into like high end stuff. Like you'll go with. I don't like modern stuff almost at all. And like you do like some other stuff. I just felt like we could bond on that kind of shit. I felt like some shit Chris would like.
Going back and collecting stuff like that isn't really conducive to like space or
I don't care
anything like that. I mean, it would definitely be cool to have, but
says the guy that collects laser discs. What are you talking about?
I've got a nice little pile over there. It's not that many.
He had a whole pack like attached to him to run around with, and it was like, that's serious. Like that is a
dude. I was like, look at my new mini player that he's got. He's got like this new, and I was watching something else the other day. They had like a, it was in what did we watch at the theater the other night? Josh, we watched. No, wait, who was with me?
The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, dude, the gigantic little camera they had to go into water with, and I was like, oh my god. First and foremost, I just want to go on record. That movie was badass in 3D. Okay, we can continue.
The 3D was cool.
It was so much more fun than I thought it was going to be, dude. I did not expect that. So How long did it take you guys to realize that was the girl from RoboCop? Because I kept going, I know her from somewhere.
I knew
I know her from somewhere.
I knew who it was.
I don't know the names. I can't remember the names very well, so I just couldn't recall that. But I was like, it just took me a while. But once I realized it, I was like, oh yeah, she's been in a couple of things. But
well, she's in Dress to
Brooklyn
Kill.
accent.
Yeah.
She was
The
married.
Brooklyn accent got me.
She was married to De Palma also
Oh, it's weird.
Yeah.
at the time.
Ooh.
Yeah, her definitely wasn't in this movie for her acting skills.
No.
Oh, dude, I loved her in this movie. I thought she was
Oh,
adorable.
she got on my nerves so bad. That was the worst part of the movie.
She was terrible.
Really?
That's
You
so
want
that's
some coffee?
that's what I wrote in my little letterbox review after I watched it. I was like, this would be a 5-star movie if they would replace Nancy Allen because
Man, I liked her in this movie. Like, I don't think she was good, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought she was charming, man. I enjoyed her character.
she's
Murphy.
cute. I think she's better in something like RoboCop.
She was definitely. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
She just doesn't quite sell the character.
Well, now I'm gonna fucking hate her in it probably, but I did like her last night.
I don't know. Like you can, if you watch her in a scene of conversation between another actor, you can look at her eyes and see she's just staring at them, waiting for her turn to talk. Like she's not reacting. She's just waiting. You know.
Yeah, she's
So
just
she's
delivering.
not a good actor. She's like, okay,
Yeah.
She's just delivering the line.
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
very
Well, that-
robotic and
that sucks. I feel bad for her now because she still seems so sweet. I mean, she may be an asshole. I don't know her, but like she seems sweet. But
Yeah.
I thought she was charming. Plus, she's like a plain looking brunette chick, so naturally I think she's attractive. And so like, there's that, you know. But yeah, I thought I like her with hair personally. I hated her in RoboCop. She looks like a little boy. But
Oh, that's true.
but
Can I ask Chris what he thought of the movie because he hasn't really gotten to talk?
no.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to interrupt anybody. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Okay, cool.
I mean, like Randy said, I was loving the big clunks of all the old audio equipment.
So
Him
good.
just
Oh shit.
Just to be really clear, I did not do that.
Okay.
No, we lost
Wait.
Chris.
Her character is wait, I'm so confused by
Her
this.
character is waiting for her turn to talk. Yes. Well, her character is waiting for her turn.
Yeah,
to
I'm
talk?
trying.
I guess,
I'll
but
be honest, babe. I think I don't. No, but I'm gonna block your ass. You start
Block
bringing
him.
up purple Dorito bags. Blocking the homies. That would be, dude. Chris is probably so irritated right now.
Yeah,
oh well.
that's when he got started too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I
like,
know. Finally got him to talk.
You're like, Chris, tell us what you think.
He's like, all right.
Oh man,
So you like the movie a lot, Hugh?
I thought it was really good.
Soup. He goes by.
Yeah, yeah. You drop into a hole.
It made me have anxiety, like to a certain extent towards the end. I was like, oh my god, like
Oh really?
I couldn't really feel or understand like what was going to happen. I know that they were going to kill John Lithgow because that always happens, but
Yeah.
he could play a pretty sinister bad guy.
Right.
I think he did it in I want to say
You did it in Dexter. You know.
there was like another
Hell yeah,
sort
he
of
did.
Denzel
You hear us,
Washington
Chris?
Ricochet.
yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Hey man,
Denzel Washington.
no, I don't think it was Denzel and Ricochet, but John Lithgow, I want to say, was in that.
Ricochet. Have I seen that?
He's in another De Palma movie called Obsession. He's
I haven't seen that either.
and he plays a similar character.
And in like Twilight Zone, where he's
Yeah,
looking
Ricochet
out
is Denzel, by the way.
Oh, it is. Ha ha. In Twilight Zone, he's looking out the window of the plane and freaks out, and the gremlin grabs his face. I'll never forget that scene. And he's like, and John Lithgow's just having a meltdown. I don't know. He's
Did
a
it
great
really
actor.
make you anxious as well? What did I miss?
Yeah, I mean it's a very tense movie.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm just
and then
bad at watching movies.
Chris, let's swing it back to you, man. You got cut off. You were like mid sentence.
I don't know what's going on. Might happen again. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, I like the movie. I thought it was fairly tense. Yeah, it was
I guess I'm
tense.
just
Just
idiot.
leading up to everything. Just I mean, he was kind of just hitting brick walls like everything he tried to do, and everybody thought it was crazy. And like the super slow-mo, like 10-minute long chase scene of him running and running and running. But no, yeah, it was
and all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, it was good. It's definitely my favorite De Palma, I think. Because I'm not super crazy about RoboCop. I like RoboCop. It's cool.
RoboCop's not De Palma.
It's not?
No. That's
I was just gonna say
Verhoeven.
De Palma.
That's Verhoeven.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Never mind.
That's
Okay.
Verhoeven.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, I'm not a big Scarface fan either. So
I fucking hate Scarface. That movie sucks. So,
Dude, I caught Al Pacino today. I didn't know the guy's like 82. I was watching like Meshuggah plays the Oscars or something. It was somebody made a video. It was hilarious. But they had a shot of Al Pacino there. I was like, whoa, who's that guy? And I was like, is that Al Pacino? I looked him up. I was like, holy shit, I'm getting old. Because Al Pacino's 82.
Yes.
82.
he's up there.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't around when he made most of his, like,
Yeah.
in my opinion, best movies. So I don't feel necessarily that old with him being 82. I do find it interesting that he's 82, though. I mean, it is a little. If you would have asked me, I would have thought 10 years younger than that. I would have thought 70s. But like, dadgum, dude, 82, man. That guy's on his last leg, I guess, huh? Dude, think about all the guys we fuck with, though. Like, all the ones we mess with heavy, dude. All of them are like older than we are, and we're all middle aged at this point, or getting there.
He gives me hope though, because his girlfriend's like 33 or something.
Dude,
I'm like, you know what? Maybe if I'm rich in 82.
that should not give you hope. That should worry you.
Yeah, really.
You should call her parents, dude. Like,
We are not Al Pacino.
I'm not Al Pacino. I never will be either. I'm gonna change my name.
Oh man. Anyway,
I'm still holding on to hope.
Josh never be joking around. This is fun. You got some edibles before the show?
No. Just high on life.
Yeah, you are.
The other thing I was gonna say is, man, like the ending was a bummer. Like,
Yes.
I like that it was different, but I was like, oh, damn.
Well, you know how I feel about endings like this. I appreciate them.
No, that's exactly how I felt. Like at first, it was like, well, what the like they lost the tape, so couldn't do anything with that, and she died. Spoiler, and like, yeah, what's he gonna do?
I kind of like how the running joke through the movie is they keep trying to find the scream, the dub for the movie, and then at the end it's like, oh, it's the real death scream. It's like, shit.
that was cool, and it was heavy. I mean, it played into.
That was the one part where I think Chris had mentioned something about that, and I was like, I liked it. Like, that's actually awesome. That's actually pretty dark. Like if you think about that, that's
real dark. And Travolta plays that last scene really good. Just like he looks destroyed.
Dude, how was I the only one that was like legitimately upset when he had to go through all his shit and was throwing his stuff around because Dickface demagnetized everything? I was just like, oh no, I can't imagine if like my shit just went kaput and I lost every. Like I don't know, and I was just like, it made me like that. Okay, that made me kind of anxious actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, like
isn't that scene that shot just incredible too? It's just the camera spinning around and around.
Well, there's a few shots in this movie that are really, really great.
Yeah, there was.
So good.
Man, I really liked everything about this movie, and I am 100% going to buy this on like a good 4K. I'm going to get the Criterion, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to get it before the sale's up.
I think it's worth having, and it's worth having, and
yeah,
I think that this is one of those movies that I believe has a very. It's just so damn underrated, man. Like I only seen it the once, and so after watching it this time, I thought, Rick, man, this is like really good.
Yeah,
I think it. I don't think I can give it 5 stars, but it ain't nothing to do with old girl. But now that you said that, it kind of dampens the but like I do think I might go as high as 4.5 because it was so. I just love it, man. Like all the analog stuff really is a big thing to me because I just love looking at that stuff so much because it's like artwork in something that's functionable and like you used it for your job. But to me, it looks like artwork. I look at an old record player and an old an old receiver, and I go, damn, this is like, I look at my stuff in here, and I'm grateful that I have something that's so mechanical and it moves, and it's like, dude, this is worth something to me. Like, this is something that is valuable to me more than the money I paid for it. Like, I wouldn't sell this for double what I paid for it because I couldn't replace it. Like, it's, and that kind of stuff, I looked at it like that and was like, damn, this stuff is so pretty to me. Like, it's just all the like brushed aluminum, and I just, fuck, this stuff is awesome. And so having that in a movie is fun for me. You know, that's my weird shit.
It's cool to say. I thought it was kind of annoying that they couldn't quite figure out that there was somebody after him. Like, the governor got killed, and these people stop at nothing. You almost died, but you know, we're kind of just dildoing around, not really watching our backs. I'm like, really? I'd be freaked out bad, and they just sort of weren't.
I mean, Travolta was kind of, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Travolta was kind of, you know, getting a little like antsy and paranoid. But I mean, she was just so dumb that she was just, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he like had to keep yelling at her like every scene to like just not be a stupid idiot.
You want to know what? Yes, he did do that a lot, actually.
Still all Nancy Allen's fault again.
Next week, I have a shirt on that's got her face with a fucking Ghostbusters cross through it. One thing that I had to point out, this is something that I appreciate watching movies with Carissa, is that we've had different lives all the way up until we got together. So, like, all the way up till I was 30 years old, I had a completely different life than her. So whenever the girl was hanging out with the guy from NYPD Blue or whatever, when she was hanging out with that sloppy bastard, I was like, oh, shit, I see what you're doing. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, you don't see why they're friends? And she's like, I don't get it. And I was like, and, you know, she just doesn't watch the kind of movies that I watch. And she doesn't around the kind of people that I was around. So, like, she didn't even consider the fact that maybe they were working together. And, I mean, once I said it, she's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. But, like, I like watching things and getting to point shit like that out because I'm not often the person that like grabs some stuff in a movie that other people don't grab. I don't watch movies the same way as people. They kind of go over my head a lot of times. So it's kind of fun to watch things with her and get to point out things that are something maybe I was a little bit more aware of or more familiar with for some reason or whatever. But like, it was cool. Like, I don't know. I enjoyed that.
What you notice in movies, I think, is characters' behavior. Like you key into that stuff a lot.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's because I'm in, you know, I've always been like a people watcher, and I've always been I know a lot of people. I'm just people is like kind of my business, I guess. So yeah, I never really thought about that. I'm glad you pointed that out. Thank you for that. That helps me.
Sure. I mean, a lot of times that your complaints are like little things, or like people smoke cigarettes wrong, and like
dude, you're right.
A lot of stuff like that. So
they shot.
I always have the
wrong.
stupidest complaints, and it's because it's like a behavioral thing. Oh my goodness. People get so annoyed with me, dude. Like they get so mad at me. If you go look at like, as an example, when I did the Pentatonics videos, like I wasn't even talking about their music. I was like, look at these people's fucking clothes. And I was just like irritated by their stupid ass clothes. And people are like, why do you care? I'm like, I don't know. I was watching the video. It's like part of the video, right? Like I thought I was, I'm sorry. Never mind. My bad. Thought this was my video I was doing. I thought I was in charge of things. Sorry. I was keeping my mouth shut. But yeah, and that dude pointing that out is hilarious because I've never even thought of that. That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
Figured you out right there.
He's like, this is why you're annoying, Randall.
It just kind of occurred to me. I hadn't even really thought of it before.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
But, smoking cigarettes wrong. That definitely shit drives me nuts, dude. If you're going to smoke, just fucking smoke, dude. Like, just don't do it if you're not going to smoke. I don't understand it. Yeah, dude, actually, that might be the most fucking annoying thing in cinema. It's like the whole, like, bro. Anyways. This shit's gonna make me mad. I'm the worst person, dude. God damn it. All right. Okay. Let's talk about anything else to talk about with Blowout? Because I mean, there's kind of talk about the whole movie, kind of.
No, I think we're good.
I'm fucking with this some more. I can't wait to watch it again, man. I'm actually pretty stoked to rewatch that one.
Solid 8, maybe even 8.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with like 4.25 for now and just kind of move it between 4 and 4.5 until I might want to rewatch it because I rented it. I have another day to watch it again. Who all watched The Bride Wore Black? I know you and Hugh did, right, Josh?
Yes.
Chris, did you watch that one yet?
I did not.
I almost don't want you to now because these two jokers didn't like it, and I am absolutely shocked. Like, dude, I mean, I just okay, Chris was right. Empty cups is worse than cigarette thing, but not by a lot. But yes, that shit drives me up the wall too. And then she points stuff out to me. I'm like, stop pointing shit out because it's making me hate people. So I just, Carissa, are you still on here? Because these two fools didn't even like that movie. Like I was so shocked when Josh told me that I genuinely thought you were just fucking around. And then you had to tell me like twice, and I was like, really? Like I was just like, okay, didn't see that coming. Like curveball, but I mean, whatever.
I was surprised, but Hugh watched it first, and I saw his review on Letterboxd, and I was like, "Oh man!"
But like pretty scathing review.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad. It was pretty.
I don't fucking care about Letterboxd. So what'd you say about it, Hugh?
I just said it was like painfully slow, and I didn't.
All the stuff y'all like, and this was painfully slow. Really?
I know, wow. Right? And it
has
like
cool.
rave reviews. Dude, it's got strong reviews on Letterboxd. I was like, man, I must be crazy. Like, I just missed it.
Dude, look, Chris is shocked too. She like legitimately loved this movie, and I loved it too. I'm just so blown away.
It was sort of Hitchcockian, and then it just like fell on its face to me.
So this is Truffaut's homage to Hitchcock.
Okay,
right.
Like if you
hey, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm so sorry. Continue.
Sure. Oh, okay. Well, Truffaut.
Wait a minute. It's okay. I was just
gonna say Truffaut like was a huge Hitchcock fan. He actually wrote a book of his conversations that they had together.
I would kind of want to read that actually.
There's a documentary movie about it too.
Yeah, I'll go that direction. Sounds good. Cool for me.
But yeah, it's just like he like did like extensive interviews of Hitchcock and talked about all his movies and like his whole process and what he thought of like what cinema should be. So he was a giant Hitchcock fan. So this is like him trying to do Hitchcock. But I just think he ignores a lot of the things that Hitchcock does really well. There's like no sense of the camera. Like the camera is not precise in the way that Hitchcock is. Like everything that Hitchcock is telling you is like the visual way to build a story. And this movie is like so it's very French. It's like super spontaneous, I guess. I
mean, there's only one Hitchcock. I mean, you're not going to be able to replicate that guy's movies.
Well, I mean, and we were just kind of talking about it. Like De Palma is probably the only one that's really done like a real Hitchcock movie after him. Like Dress to Kill and Blowout and Obsession. Those are.
I thoroughly agree with that. Like, yeah, I think you're dead on with that.
Just kind of funny that we're bringing it up in the same.
That's why I was smiling. That is cool. It's a cool conversation. Like.
This movie like has the high concept of something that maybe Hitchcock might want to do. I just don't think it has any of the execution, and that's where it falls on its face for me. Like it's really interesting idea that I think is just really poorly executed. Like I just found it incredibly slow, and it doesn't really. I don't know. Even when she was killing the guys and all this stuff, like a lot of it happens off screen, and I know I guess that's on purpose, but it just didn't feel like it was utilizing the dramatic suspense that you have in a story like that. I don't know.
Well,
damn, Josh.
Well, like one of the things
that was a hell of a critique. I'm like, yeah, it was kind of slow.
Now you understand how I feel when I talk to him about movies. It's all right.
That was right off the top.
One of the things that I do, I wish I could control more when I watch movies is that I'm a pretty stubborn person, and I like what I like, and I don't really let people influence me that much. But y'all are like my closest friends, and so it's hard for me to not take you serious, even if we disagree. So no matter what, from now on, I'm going to have this in the back of my head when I watch this movie, but I still like it. I still think I'm going to like it no matter what, but I am going to notice things. And I wish that I could just turn that shit off because it's just conversation. Like it doesn't matter if I like it and you dislike it in the grand scheme of things. We're just talking about it, and it's not going to bother you if I still watch it. And it's not going to bother me if you don't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
but it drives me nuts because I don't know how to turn it off, because when I respect some people, because I don't respect very many people, and it's not because I'm an asshole, it's because I take that kind of shit seriously. Like somebody that I would go out of my way to do something for, I don't know how to say it. I know what I'm thinking. So I do take your shit seriously. So I'm like, fuck, and then I don't even want to know, because then when I know it, I'm going to pay attention to it. And it's like one of those more like ignorance is bliss type of things, where I was like, well, I didn't know all that about the movie. Now when I watch, I'm going to see all the flaws in it. But I think the reason why I liked it so much had nothing to do with that anyways. It was more of I'm just a Quentin Tarantino stan, so I fuck with it because he fucked with it. And so I think I'm still capable of just watching it anyways. But yeah, it's going to drive me nuts now when I watch it the next time, being like, oh god, Josh was so right about this.
So I looked up some stuff about the movie, and apparently Tarantino says that he had not seen this movie when he made Kill Bill. Yeah, people compare it to the Kill Bill movies, but he says I didn't see it until after I made the movies.
Well, fuck me.
Yeah. So it obviously has a lot of interesting parallels.
Yeah, like enough to where I don't know if I believe him.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. They're like, I don't believe it, but
because he's like kind of known for just being like, yo, this is dope, and then whoop, put it in a movie. And I don't have I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because he always changes it enough to where it's his thing, and you just go, no, dude, he loves that shit. That's why he does that. It's like me doing this. If somebody has a problem with this, they're either a hater or they just don't understand what I'm doing. I don't do this so I make so much money. I don't make dick off this stuff. I do it because I like it. And I'm just going, hey, look what I can create that is something that people that like this too might dig. And that's what it is. I don't do it like, if I was making money off that, I would be doing this shit all day, every day. I do it because I like doing it, man. And I like that he does that. I think that's cool. I think it's really cool that he can take things that, I mean, how many movies have we all watched that we wouldn't have known about if it wasn't for him, dude?
A lot.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I don't ever have a problem with him doing that. But I am shocked that he said that about this movie, because I was pretty positive I heard it from him that he did watch it. And that's where the name of, like, The Bride came from. And I was like, that's fucking blowing my mind right now. I mean, I don't have a choice but to believe my guess, but, like, it doesn't sound real. Well,
yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think he's pretty open. Like,
that's another issue I'm having.
Like,
I'm like, well, he doesn't really.
People are like, like Reservoir Dogs is City on what is it, City of Fire?
Yeah, it's like 4 minutes of that movie.
It's the end of that movie is the whole. It's just all of Reservoir Dogs, and he's like, yeah. I took that idea and made it an entire movie. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, honestly.
Speaking of Reservoir Dogs, somebody came into the shop last weekend, and they were like a big, like, as far as I know them, they like a lot of really great movies. And then they were like, yeah, I've never seen Reservoir Dogs. I dug in that store till I found a copy. It was like, dude, take this home and watch it. I just gave it to him. I was like, fucking take it home. I couldn't believe that they had never seen it based on the other shit that they had watched.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They had a great time.
I got to thank Quentin Tarantino for Sex and Fury. Like, I did not know anything about that movie, and I just recently came across it, and it opened up my whole Pinky Violence world.
Man, he ruined about 12 physical days of your life if you add up all the time.
Yep.
Cost you a lot of money.
Like that
on eBay.
Movie set it off for me, for sure.
No, I like that movie a lot too, and I like the Pinky Violence stuff too. I need to get more into it. I just don't have the time yet. But once I have the time, that's something me and you definitely have in common. I love that kind of shit. I like most of the stuff you like. I just haven't had time to really get into it.
Yeah, some of it's really good. I mean, some of it's kind of meh, but
yeah. No, I like the best stuff too. I'm pretty much all in. I just don't have the time yet. I still want to do my Ladies Snowblood review. I haven't even got to do that yet. I still haven't done my freaking Street Fighter review. Like, these are things that I want to do. I need to get I need to just get buckle in and do them. I think Wednesday I might knock one of them out. I don't go to work till 5, so anyhow. Cool. Yeah, dude, was so shocked. But I mean, the things that you're pointing out make perfect sense why you didn't enjoy it. So, like, I'm not shocked. I didn't notice those things. So, like, I wasn't even thinking about it like that. And then you told me, and I was like, well, okay, I guess that movie
I can relate.
Like,
I'll never watch Oregon the same again.
Yeah, that one was a movie, all right.
I mean,
it's forever ruined.
I was just saying, like, the Brad Ward Black thing is kind of strange because Truffaut's on, like, the Mount Rushmore of, like, French directors, right? I mean, maybe not the top, but I mean, there's at least like 2 or 3 others, but he's known for his great filmmaking. To kind of hear the critiques and it pretty much be his filmmaking
I've seen a lot of people also say that like they can't get Truffaut. Like he's sort of one of those guys. You either like him or you don't. He's kind of polarizing.
Hey, Chris, if you ever get the extra time and you watch that movie, I'd love to hear your feedback on it. But I'm in no hurry to ask you to watch it. So like,
okay, yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to jumping in the conversation, see where I land. But
well, yeah, because I mean, oftentimes one of us will like something or dislike it, and the other one just go, "I gotta watch it anyways." Like shit, you do that to me all the time. I go, "Do not watch this movie," and you're like, "Gonna watch it now." But,
Man, it's
well,
got
too,
rave reviews.
I might lower my expectations and end up really
Yeah.
liking it.
You might like it better because you lowered your expectations. Actually, that might actually help you enjoy the movie.
Maybe. I mean, honestly, like I had bought the DVD, and then Hugh bought the DVD, and he watched it first. So him watching it, I was like, okay, I need to go ahead and get on this. And I saw his review, and I was like, fully expecting to disagree with him. Like I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like this movie. So when I watched it,
you still didn't. Dude, that's a bummer, isn't it?
And when I watched it, I was like, no, I totally agree with him. I can't believe how much I agree with this.
Fuck you, Randall.
Like not to harp on it anymore, but I just feel like there's no tension in that movie. Like it doesn't feel like it's ever building suspense. That's the main
And
problem.
the main lady, everybody's like, "Oh, she's so beautiful," and I'm like, "Beautiful." Hey, like smile a little, or just
pretty rough.
I thought she was a straight up dime, dude. I'm not gonna front, dude. She's bad, bro.
Really?
Oh
Yeah,
man, people
really
rave
pretty.
about her too. They just go crazy about how amazing.
I mean, I'm
she
not
is,
enough to
and
like
they
go
were-
comment about it anywhere, but I thought she was very pretty. Yeah.
No, she's sought after. I mean,
The
she's a
one
good
I like
actress,
the what's the peaky violence movie you were talking about a minute ago? Sex and Fury.
Sex and Pure.
There was two women in that were far better looking, but yeah, I thought she was very
Riki
pretty.
Aiko, and I can't remember the other one's name. Aiko
Christina
Riki something.
Lindbergh, the white girl.
Oh yeah,
Both of
Christina
those two, yeah,
Lindbergh.
the white girl
Lindbergh.
and
The
main Asian lady.
Gambler.
They were both very
Oh,
good looking ladies. Dude, I want to watch that one again. That movie was badass. It's
You know,
really
sexy
cool.
lady gambler. There's nothing. I mean, she's risky. She's dangerous. Like, yeah, Christina Lindbergh.
Yeah.
This fucking guy. Dude, I need to get that little thing and put that as my like ringtone thing when people call me, leave a message. It just says that on there. Oh, actually, you know what? I have a movie called Employee of the Month, and it's not the one everybody thinks of with Dane Cook's sorry ass in it. It's the one with Matt Dillon and Christina Applegate in it. And there's this part in it that used to be my voicemail thing. And it's this part where Steve Zahn's ranting and raving about his job, and he's telling these people to go fuck themselves. And it was my ringtone thing. And I got a call once for a job, and they actually didn't hire me because of that. And I want to re-put it on my voicemail thing because it's been like 10 years since I've had that, and I would love to have it again. And I found that movie recently on Tubi, and I was like, oh, and I got to go back and make that voicemail happen. But anyways, it's when I do it, I'll let you guys know. It's fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
That's funny.
But yeah, all right, Hugh, what we got this week, bro, Chacho?
Oh, I'm gonna drop the hammer. It's not gonna be fun
Christ.
anymore.
Oh,
I'm gonna. I think we're gonna watch Angst. It's Angst. It's a German film. Angst.
I vetoed this one. I
Heard
haven't
of-
watched it in German.
I've
Yep,
heard
yep.
of this.
Serial killer film.
I'm literally not going to watch it if it's in German. I'm just letting you know. I'm not joking.
There's very little dialogue, actually. Like the
Jesus Christ, what are you
dialogue.
doing to me, Hugh?
The dialogue is very minimal.
All right, we have to watch something that's relatively mainstream because the people that are doing this with us have to know these movies, or they won't get any
It's-
fucking views on the videos.
It's a banger. No, it's on TV.
Oh Jesus Christ! I was hoping it wasn't on Tubi. I thought that's where you're going to. I was like, "Fuck, no!" Okay, it's in German, but there's no dialogue. Hold
I
on.
double checked.
How do you spell it?
Angst.
It's
Angst.
angst.
Yeah, angst.
Thanks. Okay.
God damn it, Hugh. All right.
Is it the?
I've heard of this. I don't remember where, but I've seen stuff about it. Probably on some lists, or I mean, is it on like revenge film lists or something like that?
I'm not sure. It's it's just one I came across when I was doing.
It's
I
on a
used
lot
to
of
watch-
disturbing movie breakdowns. It's been on a lot of
Okay.
disturbing movie lists.
I was into like this Jorg Butgereit, the guy who did Necromantic and Der Todesking. I was in this big German kick for a minute, and then I came across this movie, and I watched it again because I was gonna recommend it on the podcast. I was like, I don't know, because Randy hates Germans and all this
I
stuff.
like
And then I was
fucking
like,
hate this. I hate the language.
I watched it again, and I was like, nah, we're doing it. So we're doing it.
It's only 75 minutes.
Yeah, it's short. It's short and sweet, but it's rough.
I'm gonna watch the trailer. I might make myself watch this. I don't know yet.
He's gonna love. He's gonna love it.
God, I hope not. All this is for naught.
But he gives me shit if I want to say I don't think I want to watch that.
When have I ever actually not watched it though? I'll say it, but then I'm fucking also an asshole to myself, and I'll make myself sit through some shit.
Okay.
But if it's like a bunch of German dialogue, I'll just mute it and watch it with.
It's really not.
No, no. Like in all seriousness, I'll watch it with mute and with the subtitles on if I need to. I fucking hate the German language. It's so gross that to me. It's just it hurts my ears. They're just fucking whispering, but they're yelling. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you do that?
I don't want to give away too much.
Conversation.
Yeah, it's just more like narration.
I want to hear how you talk sexy in German. I don't think it exists.
I don't know.
But
I always like to use like a, you have to spice it up, like ist den Kino gehabt, or you have to drop it in German.
Violence can be sexy.
I don't even know what I said. I just kind of made that shit up. It's been a little while since
speaks a little bit German. She went to Germany for Krista went to Germany for 6 weeks when we were first getting together. Actually, when she got back, like 2 days after she got home, is when Bricken was conceived. So yeah,
Nice.
My boss called that shit, dude. I was at work. I worked for Sprint, and I was like tripping out because how it is when you're just with somebody, you're like can't stop thinking about them. It was like one of those things. And my boss was like, "Man, when your girl gets home, y'all getting pregnant." And I was like, "Man, what the fuck?" And then like 9 months later, Bricken was here. We were like, "I guess she was right." Okay, but
welcome home.
Yeah, she went to Germany for 6 weeks, man. I don't think I could go over there, man. I really am bothered by that language, dude. It's fucking stupid. I wish I could just not care.
It takes some getting used to, I'll say.
That's true. I guess anything's got a getting used to time limit on it. You can get used to anything if you really have to, huh? Like, I guess I'd rather hang out with Germans than French people if I was to have to choose.
You're pissing everybody off tonight.
I don't give a shit.
That's what you do.
We're American Americans, dude. You know that. But
at least one of us
is what it is. It is what it is.
Awesome.
Where'd you hear about this movie from again? You should watch it on what?
I was watching Necromantic. Necromantic, and
that's what it was. The Necromantic dude. Same guy?
No, is it a guy? Did you ask?
No, I said it's the same person that did Necromantic.
Yeah. No, it's a different guy.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
That's why I was asking, because I thought I misunderstood something, and I did. So
no, I dipped off into some German movies, and there it was. Let's see if it's the same guy.
Doesn't look like it.
I'm just busting your balls and being dramatic. I don't really give a shit. I'll watch the movie. I don't fucking care. I might actually have to mute something at some point in this fucking relationship if we watch something that's full on German. I'm like, fuck, mute. But
I tried not to do that, man. I really was like,
no, I know.
But there's very little dialogue, so it's more action, and then you'll just have to see it. I don't. We'll talk about it next time because I don't want to. No, it's all good,
dude. I just overreact to everything. It's okay. I know that. I don't actually care that much. I don't know why I do that. I wish I could stop, but fucking it is what it is.
It's awesome. That's why we're here.
But cool, man. Anybody else got anything else to? Did anybody watch anything else this week at all besides that movie that Josh hated for 15 minutes? How was that called again? Let the Corpses Tan?
Yeah.
I was so fucking happy when you sent me that text, Josh. I didn't want to say it, but I was so fucking happy.
Oh, you got Cure.
Nice.
Cure and Blood Simple.
Ooh, Blood Simple is so good.
Good ones.
Dude.
Good ones.
I didn't really know anything about Blood Simple, and I met Josh the other day and got it. And I was blown away by that thing.
The Coen's first movie.
Dude, how ridiculous is
that?
Movie. That is pretty ridiculous.
It was really something. And Cure was good too, but it didn't really grab me like Blood Simple did.
Yeah.
So Blood Simple was a banger. I can't even write a review because I was just like, dude, I really need to watch this again and digest it.
Yeah, you got to be in the right mood for it. It's kind of like Pulse. It's like a very, very atmospheric type of movie. So,
Very good description. I have 2 guests coming on for Horror Hangout podcast soon. I actually should be talking about this a little bit more. Steven's coming back. We're doing Basket Case and All Hallows Eve because he has not seen either of those, and I cannot fucking wait to talk about Basket Case with him. Bro, I can't. Like, I genuinely cannot wait. And then also, Bob Camacho's coming on because I never thought about asking him to watch some Arnold Schwarzenegger movies with me because that is like his shit, dude. Like the way I feel about Terrifier, magnifying that times like 10, and that's how he feels about Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff. Like I've never met anybody with a collection like he's got. Like it's kind of insane. But
man, I kind of argue that
Arnold for sure.
We're the Arnold Schwarzenegger generation. Like we just like every time I turn around, it was Terminator, Commando, freaking Last Action Hero.
Well, I'm with that.
Bang, bang, bang.
Sure. And we're doing T1 and T2 on the
Schwarzenegger.
show, so we got a double whammy coming too. We're doing 2 shows on one, and then I am watching this tonight. So expect a video coming soon. Speaking of Terminator, wham!
Lady Terminator.
Nice.
Let's go.
Isn't that shit German or something?
I hope so.
I wish it was German.
That's what I get for being a turd about it. But hey man, I'm fully okay with laughing at myself. That would be fucking hilarious if I turned that on and it was just like, I'm like, oh god. You're like, how's Lady Terminator?
I was gonna try and say Terminator in German, but that ain't gonna happen. Abschlussprogramm.
Oh jeez,
dude, you know what I think it is? I've been programmed as a shithead American my whole life to just think about how evil Hitler was. That like whenever I think German stuff, I just naturally think of World War II. I don't really know why else I would hate it so much. Like, why else would I care? Like, really, like, why else would I care? When in reality, there was many people in the history of humans that were as bad as that guy. We just don't talk about him very much. But like, I mean, like,
I think that's common actually, because when I started taking German classes, I would tell people I was taking German, and they were kind of like, "Urgh," and I'm like, "It's okay, I'm not gonna."
I'm glad I'm not alone in that, but I wish I could change it for real, because I don't like to be like.
They're like, do you hate Jewish people? What's
I have stuff like that too, man, where it's like deep in there somewhere, and I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, so like, I mean, I'm fully capable and okay with looking at myself and going flaw, and talking about it. It doesn't bother me, man. I don't give a shit. I am far from perfect, and I think more people should be okay with that, because if everybody was okay with that, we'd probably be much more pleasant people. And
I think that's pretty brave of you to say, actually, and to, like, that's.
You should have been on my live stream earlier, dude. Like we went like deep with like history of my life shit that I don't talk about much, because somebody asked a question and I was like, fuck it, I'll be transparent. I'll tell you what's up. I told them like, some guy goes, what's the difference between like, because I said something about, I'll tell you guys about gang life and jail later after the song or something. And then some guy said something about prison. I said, well, no, dude, jail and prison aren't the same thing. And I wasn't in a gang. I was affiliated with one. I do not want you guys to think that I was somebody that I wasn't. And I'm never going to act like I was somebody that I wasn't. And somebody else was like, holy shit, bro, you're talking about that you weren't. Like, I'm like, I would never portray myself as somebody that I wasn't. I have never been the toughest guy in the fucking room. I've been the craziest at points, maybe the ballsiest, but never the toughest. Like, I'm not going to act like I'm somebody I'm not, because you will get fucking caught doing that shit. You will get found out. You will get exposed, and I'm not willing to risk my entire everything I'm working for to look cool for 5 fucking minutes. It ain't worth it, man. And so I guess tonight it should be one of those nights, man. I have no problem talking about that stuff.
Just letting it all hang out.
I don't give a shit. People don't like me. They don't like me. They're gonna not like the real me, not like the fake me. I'd rather you just not like the real me, man. Like,
yeah, keep on keeping on.
I hang out with fucking people that tell me when I'm doing some dumb shit. I'm okay with that, man. I like it. It just puts you in a spot to be like okay with yourself, man. Like, so many people are afraid to tell their friends when they're doing something dumb that we have a bunch of fucking idiots running around everywhere, acting like they can do and say whatever they want, and nobody's gonna, because nobody has the courage to say something about it. At least my friends do. Like, I'd rather hang out with some people that I can trust to tell me when I'm doing some fuckery. So, it is what it is to me, man. You guys clearly like me for me, so I'm not worried about it. I don't give a fuck. People that don't like me.
Yeah. Fuck German.
Let's go. Bro. I've been waiting for you to start shitting on Irish folks for some reason, because I was like, oh, that's my people. He's coming for us.
Shite on your pony.
Fucking, all right, cool, man. Yeah, Josh, we need to go see
Banshees of Inisherin.
I gotta see that,
bro. I might stay at work late tomorrow and watch it if it's okay with the wife. I gotta talk to her first about it because I work from like 12 to like 6 tomorrow. It's a very weird schedule for me, but I kind of like the idea. I might be able to catch that after work. It's a relatively easy shift on concierge service, so shouldn't be too much strain on me. So I wouldn't mind staying and watching that if I get a chance to. But fellas, I'll see you fuckers later, I guess. Any what's happening Friday? We doing anything?
I think Chris and I are both out of town.
Oh, that's what it was. That's right, because they're not watching the fights with me either. Hugh, very good fight card this weekend. If you're interested and have the time,
I'm down.
All right, cool.
We'll hang out.
Fuck yeah. Well, it'll probably just be me and you. And I will see if my boy Ellis was to come hang out, but if not, it's just me and you. So
cool. We'll get rowdy.
Yeah, it'll be a good card.
We're gonna be the most boring rowdy people ever and just sitting there watching the fights. It's gonna be awesome.
Hey.
Hell yeah. All right, Chris, Josh, Hugh, I'll see you guys later. Everybody for watching. Thank you so much, man. We love you guys and we appreciate everybody's time. We'll see you next week with this fucking angsty German film. So all right. Dude.